Alrighty, more coding. Right. Um, hold on. Ah, that explains that. Okay, back to this. What was I doing? Right, actually saving the data when you edit your profile. That's right. Okay. Um, okay. The bio needs to be uh need to make sure it's all right. No like consecutive like new lines, because then that wouldn't work with how I have it set up. I mean, it could, but like it's just easier and it kind of wastes space. So like the idea is like if I do that and then click save, it would just wipe that out along with other things. But yeah, should be pretty simple if I just want to do uh consecutive new lines. I can pass in bio. I want to replace that with that. Backslash n is a new line, and what that'll do is say, hey, if there's two in a row, then just make it one. And why is it saying, oh, if n less than zero, there's no limit. Yep, negative one. And then add that to that. What do I have marked as to do? Think I don't really know. I don't know what this means. I'm just gonna leave it there. Um, yeah, I'll do that later. That's for an error. That's for an error. What is this? Oh, save the icon. That's right. Uh, oh, I gotta get the, hmm, get blob associated with object URL. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do that. It's fine. Um, change that to that. The icon. I'm gonna have to check if it's actually been changed. I can't just. Hmm. For now, it's gonna be icon. No, it's gonna be the C. We have to wait. And then R. Yeah, stringer blob. Here we go. Um, I actually gonna need to get um this. Let me say wait that. Uh, Something like this. What was the original set again? For icon? For icon, it was, yeah, it was on the icon edit, not the account icon. Do I have icon edit here? Or, okay, so I need that. That creates it. Um, Here, get it, and then put it down there, and that should set the original to values icon. We need to change that if I decide to just send the name and not the full URL. Um, right, and it's only those three names that are modified. Or not modified, it's just those three names that are um edited in this window. Yeah. Reload. Oh yeah, it's not running. I don't even know if this will build because I'm not done. Okay, uh, back to here. What's left undone? Uh, this isn't going to be no content. We're gonna do new values is a map string interface, and then for I 0 I less than length textures I plus. Um, Gonna need to iterate over ashers and values here and just put them into new values. Ashers I is equal to values I, and then values JSON. Let's just call it JSON blob, JSON Marshall, values. Does that not throw an error? It does throw an error. Okay. If error not equal to nil, turn HTTP or not echo, new HTTP error. Make that be internal server error. Able to format new profile, modify profile data. I've been putting periods. Okay. Then we return c.json blob, or no, PHP status. Okay, and then JSON blob. Yeah. We could do JSON and then just directly pass in new values, but I don't know. I want to control the response in case this is formatted wrong. I don't want to just do the built-in one, so yeah. Um, do I sound okay? I think I do. Okay. Um, alright, I need to do the errors here. Um, this one's a 500, this one's a 500. I'm just gonna copy, but it do failed to load profile, load icon profile, profile picture submission, and then this one can be um failed to save profile submission. New values I also need to add um icon. Have I been? Yeah. Okay. What am I gonna do? I forget the function to um get a URL from a route name. App reverse. Okay. Reverse for. Oh, I don't even know if I could reverse that. Media. You will have a trailing slash. I have no clue. Let's not do it like that. That's annoying. Um, can just do sprint of. Honestly, might as well just media slash plus. Um, it's gonna be the icon. What's name? Why do I have name again? Icon name. There we go. And then that should point to the file that gets made in here. Does it get made in there? And why is this empty? Did I do that right? Hold on. Create media file. Did not do that right. Well, I just need to. Uh, Reader and then name. Yeah. Alright. And then that should make a file in there. Back. Also, I broke the all of the arrow keys on my laptop except for the down key. So I have to use my numpad keys. So if I do alt and anything, it inserts a character because it's trying to do like Unicode characters. And that's really annoying. But I just have to backspace it. So it's whatever. Um Another thing. Do the colors look okay? Because I was looking at that earlier and they looked a bit muted. Looks fine. It's like meh. Whatever. I'll have to fix that later. Um, why is this blank? Oh, there's no extension. That's what that's doing. Add file or known file type. Yeah. Um, okay. Just need to make a transaction in that. Have I been logging every error? I don't remember. No, I haven't. That's great. Need to log my errors. Otherwise, who knows what the hell's going on? Um, that's more of a helper function. So I'm not gonna immediately log that. Whatever handles that can log it. Um, why is this freaking out? That gets logged. That gets logged. That gets logged. Here, let me jump. Logged, logged, logged. Um, okay, it looks good. This will be a 500. Um, failed to begin, or yeah, failed to begin transaction. All right, now we have to. Wait, it's not a transaction. I don't need. I had in my mind multiple changes, multiple. You need a transaction, but no. The whole reason why I have this is so that it can just be one statement. Make a string builder. Um, statement size. We'll start it at what do I want? Update. Um, counts set. Um, leave out the names. Update accounts set. Whatever. Where ID equals that. How many characters is this? 31. So break this up into two strings. Statement builder, grow, statement size, and then builder, write string. Wow, that works so well. Um, where the hell did my cursor go? Okay. And then we'll have to Hmm. I wonder if I want to do this at the same time. I could. Uh, Make it length of actors just to be a bit nicer. +1. Or oh, the icon needs to be added anyway, so I shouldn't even be doing that separately. I'm gonna do too much at once. Okay. Bio, username, display name, bio. Um, echo, HPR. Um, internal server error. Uh, Not to where was I? Here. Um, Info. Hello, profile picture info. Keep submission. Submission info. Because it's just the form part header that it's getting. Yeah, the file header. It's not the actual file it's loading. Just call it info there. Um, and over here we do if has icon. Then we should um create media file, do all this, and then instead of adding it to new values later, this and the icon name get directly added to actors and values. Now, if I wasn't streaming and like saying all this out loud, I probably would have thought that a lot later. So that's nice. Icon, and then values is append values. I think I can just, yeah, paste that. Or no, with this I don't even have to do that, but I will have to then append media over here. All right, that's fair. I think to do only citation. Yeah. If the values dot display name equal to undefined, and if new value value dot bio undefined. So basically, just checking that in the response data, all these names are present. If it's not present, it'll be undefined when you access this. Um, this works because over in new values, only the only like let's say someone like modifies their display name, then only the display name would be in the form, and then display name would be added to actors, and that's the only one that would be in there, and then that's the only one that gets added to new values, and that's the only one that's set in the response. So that is the only one that would show up here as being not undefined. Which is very nice. Um, one more thing that has to be done is um in these is adding on um username, display name, profile picture, and that is profile picture, not icon. Yeah, why have I been using icon? I have no clue. Uh, I'm just gonna eliminate that. At least from there, I can do profile picture there. I can do profile picture there. I'll keep icon there, because otherwise it'd kind of be a pain. Um, to change it all. Bio has icon. I'll put that there. Okay, now whenever I'm adding this, I also need to add to the size, um, statement size plus equals, it's gonna be the username equals question mark. And then, uh, Actually, this is going to need to be a different loop. I'm going to need, so I'm going to move this back down there. And then we do and -1, length of edges -1. I need this for multiple things. One of them is adding commas. Um, then size plus equals x -1. So basically, if there's one value it's changing, it doesn't need any commas. If there's two values changing, it needs one comma, etc. Um, length of that plus 2. Length display name plus 2. Length bio plus 2 and length profile picture times 2. Um, and the plus 2 is to include an equals and a question mark. Zero I less than length -1 plus will take um I have to do the statement builder right string um choose I right string equals question mark comma um and then for the last one we just need this length -1. This works for whatever number um except for 0 length 0 I've got to choose. Should probably check that. Um, do an early end here. Status okay, and then please be that. Needs to be byte array. Here we go. And what this will do is it'll just say, hey, didn't change anything. No need to actually do all this. Because if you uh, chopped this stuff out and then got to here, two empty arrays, um, in a map would effectively just make this anyway. So might as well just do it early. Um, right, that's the statement. And now to actually run this statement, ndb execute update account set all the values where id. Ooh. Um, I'm gonna need to in values and the account ID. So we're kind of guaranteed, not kind of, we are guaranteed like at least one here. If it is one, it won't even run this. Because length minus one is 0, so this won't run. And I'll just do this one, right? Um, if it's 2, I'll do one iteration of this, and then one of this, and so on. Um, I had the account ID here because there's before the actors and values like arrays, they're equal whenever you append the actors, you append the values, and they're parallel. Um, and that works for this because you have pairs of the attribute name and then the question mark, which will get filled in with a value. But I'm also adding one more question mark, so I need to add one more value. Um, Statement builder string, and then think different languages have it differently. I forget if I'm supposed to put it up front or behind. Why is this freaking out? Is it neither? Oh, no new variables. Okay, that's why I was mad. Okay, it is after. I think in JavaScript it's before, and then Python kind of just has an asterisk. I know. Triple dot, which I kind of prefer, but whatever. Um, okay. There's not equal to nil. That's a 500. Failed to make changes. So really, if that gets a 500, I should be deleting the um icon if any was made. Meaning I should probably put I don't even need to do that. I can do it like this. Accidentally hit numlock. That's great. I can do that. And then I'll need to um length icon name is greater than 0. Then what's it else? Remove. Um File path join mediator icon name. Hmm. And then need to check for errors. Um, Failed to. Sure, I've been putting periods on everything. Failed to. See, I could make a name. I could make a name, then make the database changes. Then um, I should probably do that. Here, I'll do that. Won't even be that hard of a change. Media file name. It's not. Actually, it might be. I can just check icon name again to see if it's present. If there's a name here. Okay. Is there an error at any point? Oh no. So this can just be string. And this can just be error. And then here this gets returned. And that's that. Um that looks right. New file name. Um, Move that down a bit more. Actually, I should move that and this as well down more. Um, Where do I want to do that? I guess after here, if icon name length is less than 1, then we can put that there. Don't like that. Yeah, I think that's kind of worse. So I'm just gonna undo all that. Okay, failed to delete upload. Because otherwise, I would have had to been like, okay, failed to create the file. Now we have to undo the database changes, and that would have been severely annoying. Like, extremely. I would have, that would have been bad. Um, okay, but now, you can just, I think this is good. I think this is okay. Right? Hmm. We just test it. Should build now. Yep. Oh no. Wrong thing. Okay. Unknown file type. That's just lovely. I didn't do a damn thing to that. Um, unknown file type. So I didn't get the error. Else if icon file equals nil. I think I can do that. Uh, no, it did upload something. I I could have that. I don't want that. I'm not done. That's why it didn't work. I need to do this. If value is different from um these, if name it dot value not equal to um name edit get attribute, right. The idea is that if it's been modified, then it'll be different from its original attribute, and then it'll add it. I can similarly for that I have to do count bio attribute raw, and then for this I have to do something totally different. I'm thinking, oh, I can do something similar. Account icon. Type HTML image element. Source is not equal to icon edit get attribute. Okay, that should work. Maybe. Reload. Pop this up. Test. Save. Kernel server error. It did only send one of them, but wasn't too happy. Ooh, it did a full panic. That's lovely. Probably a index error. And that doesn't work because it keeps the new line in tab characters from this for whatever reason. Uh, 289. Oh, else if it's trying to, it's a nope, null dereference. This is nil, and it's trying to get file name from it, and it's not working. Maybe that's not even it. It could just totally be that I'm doing this in a completely incorrect place. Like, what the hell? Oh, we'll see. 422, invalid display name. That's progress. Getting somewhere. Why is that invalid? Length less than 2, length 332. It's the only place it can be. No difference there. Did I? That's weird. Right? Send that. Goes over here. Um, has username, has display name, has the display name. display name. It's gotten from there. Let's print out the display name. See what's going on. Oh no, wrong button. Big fat empty line. I wonder if that has to do with this. Maybe I can't use this. Maybe I have to. Maybe I have to use this now. Username, display name, bio. Username is this. URL values is just a dictionary, right? Yeah, it's a map. Even better. Yeah, even better. I do this, have this, and then I say, okay, okay, and name not equal to username. I can get rid of this and that. Alright, let's have streamlined the process a bit more. I don't know why this is freaking out. Oh, because now it's array of string. Uh, ooh, that's not good. Uh, am all zero. It's kind of a dog shit way of handling it. What did get do? I'm just gonna have to do that. It'll be less annoying because I don't have to use the value up front. Um, double check what. Hmm. Should double check what it does. It just assumes that's in there. That's actually, I think it would return a nil anyway if it's not in there. Some more thorough check, and then less time, something similar for bio. No, I had equals there. Oh, that worked because. Okay, that makes. Because before bio was defined up here in this scope, and it was basically redefining bio in this scope. Now that bio's already been defined in this scope, I was trying to redefine it in the same scope and it wasn't working. Okay. Could be better. I don't know if it'll work right off the bat. I don't even know if that was the fix I needed to make. Work? Good. If we inspect, yeah, username SCP. That's cool. And then if I do that, valid display name. So I need to add a bit more logic for, or no, I don't. Um, I need to interpret that a bit better. Here, length equal to 1. Right. Has to be either two or more. Two has to either be in the range 2 to 32, or it has to be 0. Can't it just be 1? Yeah. Okay. I think that'll work. Reload. Yeah. I do need to. That is bugging me. Change icon. Firm reload. That is added there. And it needs to be removed down here. It's before. Yeah. Good. Okay. Edit. Save. Ooh. What did that do? Oh. Um, use what I call it. Circles? Now, why did that happen? Why is that happening? Ooh, that's not good. Uh, bio edit. I don't know how that happened. Also, that should be up more, I feel. Here, let's just. Hmm, where is it? Wow, text area is not broken in the slightest. Why is it doing that? Whatever, it's fine. Save, refresh, it's fine. Should probably only refresh if actual modifications have been made. Um, or do the prompt if modifications have been made. Um, then prevent default. Um, so now that does that. Uh, hmm, that's not great. Um, right. Name edit, bio edit, count bio. Um, Put on here. I'll just copy the whole thing. That's not used. That's not used. That's not used. That's not used. Name edit. Count icon. Icon edit. For some reason, account bio was excluded. Oh, because it's. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Now this should work. How about now? Okay. A keener eye is required, I guess. Um, Bio edit is not defined. That's very true. Where did I copy that from? Oh, I guess in the, what? What? Oh, format bio. That wipes it. Okay. Um, it's bio edit. No, I pressed the escape key. Now it should work. Key. Reload. Um, Guess I could also do if the preview, the container isn't hidden. I'd probably do that by um or document query selector. Yeah, these need to be on multiple lines. That's annoying. Query selector. Um, we'll do. Did I copy that? Copied too much. Or no, didn't copy it. Pasted the wrong thing. Um, Move my mic a bit closer. I don't know if I've been talking loud enough. I tend to mumble, mumble. Okay. That dot hidden. So, oh, cheap viewers. That's not good. Ban. Bot. Alright, I actually need to do the opposite. So not hidden. Not equal to null. So now if I try and refresh there, yeah. But if I do this, hit cancel, then refresh, it still works. That's good. Working system. Turn preserve on this off. Hide, refresh, save. Probably check the length of form data so I'm not doing an unnecessary request. Entries.length. I'm kinda confused. Is this a function? Because it looks like a function. Then I put parentheses there, and then it kind of just says length is nothing. Alright, to the Google. Check if form data has. Check form data length. JavaScript. You're shitting me. No, okay, that's stupid. Number of entries. What does this say? That looks awful. How about something a bit more straightforward? Check if form data is empty. Thank you. This is this. Mm, yeah. All right. Um, if done, then, or if done, that means it's empty and return. You don't need to do anything because nothing's been done. Um, I don't think I need the buttons here. What's the exit edit mode? Where do I want to? Button cancel. Anything that's a bit lower. Or, okay, yeah. Save button. Click. We'll just save edits. Um, I'll expand this into its own function. Save, and then, exit edit. Nope. We're just exiting straight in the thing. I don't care. Based on uh exit edit mode. I think instead of cancel, um, I shouldn't have called that directly. Location hash equals edit, or set to blank. It's doing so much. Because I haven't changed anything. Um, so I need to put it here as well. Um, yeah. Oh, I need to look at my chat more. I kind of zone in. Hello, not a hacker. Haha, what a name. Yeah, I'm working on a website right now. It's a bunch of circles. Um, I kind of just like almost got it in a dream moment, kind of an idea where I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but like it's like social media, but instead of like in like an Instagram like profile or like a subreddit, it's just like it's all circles. Um, and you'll have circles inside of circles, and when you make a post in a subcircle, it goes to all the circles that it's within. It goes out. And I'm just working on that. So Google Plus, not exactly. It's, I guess you could say it's like, I don't know, Reddit, but if you could have subreddits and subreddits in subreddits. I just want it to be very freeform. And then, and you can make circles like that can like either be like by post or you can make them to where it's like by message, where you can like send messages in them. So you could also kind of make kind of like a Discord server almost, but out of circles. Yeah, recursive subreddits. Um, but yeah, right now I'm working on the profile stuff. Yeah, understand recursion recursively. Uh, I've got it to where you should be able to. That should be getting rid of that new line, but you can edit your profile. Uh, did that? Oh yeah, it's not updating right, but once you refresh it, updates. Um, where would that be? I think it's just here, right? Is it not? I guess it's not reading this right, because this is reading like when you make an edit, it'll go to the server and say, hey, make these changes. And then the server sends back, oh, I made these changes. And then this is just checking if the display name was changed, if the bio was changed, if the profile picture was changed, and then updating the page accordingly. Um, and I think it's not doing that right. So here, save that. That gets put here. Um, can I copy? Thank you. Paste. Dot here. Bio equals undefined. I guess I can't do that immediately. X dot bio undefined. Okay. Display name not equal to undefined. That's working. Um. Oh, and that updated. What? Um. 3 save. So if I do this. Okay, so it's just the change from. Because as it is right now, if you don't have a display name, it just shows your username. So I think it's just the change from um, having no display name to display name or display name to no display name. That isn't working. Yeah. Now if I refresh, that works. And if I get rid of it and refresh, it's there. But save and then change it, then it works immediately. I don't know what's doing that. Let's go look. So, oh, I think that has to do with somewhere here in exit edit in here. I think I have to change this no display name attribute on account name. Make sure, yeah, account names and save edit. Um, so over here, if name edit dot value dot length is greater than 0, or I need to look at this again. It's sending null, right? Um, no, and this should be. Ooh, that's not good. Should probably do a. Am I doing? Okay, I am doing triple equals. Okay, so then I can just say. Oh, I'm doing this in the wrong spot. Should be doing it down here. Okay, and here I'm not doing triple equals, so I'm gonna need to do that. Uh, if values dot display name, forgot to do my parentheses, is equal to null, and then else. Uh, count name, uh, remove no display name. Um, otherwise, count name dot set attribute no display name to blank. Okay, that should work now. Let's hope it works. Or did unexpected end of input? What? How? Did I forget something? Where? 226. How did that happen? Here. Copy this, undo until there's no longer that error. Oh, okay, it's up there. Okay, oops. Didn't delete that all the way. Left a brace. That's silly. Um, okay. Wow. Properties of null. Oh, one, wrong function. Two, this isn't there for some reason. What? Um, account name. Account name. That's what it's called. I'm just hoping that was a one-time oopsie. Okay. Yeah, now it works. Cool. I do still need to see if both work. Both work. Um, Now I need to test if just the icon works. I have this picture because I saw our dear president's new portrait, and it reminded me of Squid Games. So I was inspired to make this. Uh, and then the next day after making it, I see that someone made it better, and that made me a little upset. But uh, that would just be the profile picture. Unknown file type. Why? What you send? Binary. That doesn't have a file type. Um, it's very true that doesn't have a file type. All right, I'm saving that here by doing this. Um, which earlier when you edit the profile picture, it it makes a blob URL basically, which just kind of is a way for you to reference it locally on your computer, but that doesn't have a file type associated with it. It's just data. So when I just send that data over, it's like I'm gonna need a file type. So probably get away with a global variable and then just uh, I'll grab files 0 and then you can just do edit file here. That's kind of an icky solution, but it's not like horrible, so I'm fine with it. Um, what do you mean failed to make changes? How long is it? Oh, I'm stupid. It's right here, this was like 36, and I changed it here, and then my brain was like, yeah, that'll work across everything, but no, I have to go and actually modify it here. Um, I think it's alter table, I forget. MySQL modify table column. It is alter table, I'm not crazy. Alter table modify column. And then I can just do this really nice thing where I copy it. What do you mean I have an error? Near not null. Near like to the left or to the probably to okay, I probably need a length there. Um okay, I probably just need to not use varchar. Um Also, I'm using incognito because um, I don't want to bloat my history with a bunch of garbage, especially with this localhost stuff, because you kind of use that like for different, testing this, testing that, and then it's just awful. Because I already have it when I was testing something else outside of incognito, and now I'd have to go through my history and delete all that, and it's just really annoying. Um, what was I looking up? Yeah, hair care. Oh, probably gonna tell me to just use text. Yeah. Um, I don't really want to use text because that's kind of awful. Because for Vericare, to my understanding, that exists kind of more in the table structure, but for something like text, in the table itself, it stores more like a pointer, and then it has to go out into object land and get the text there. And I can't imagine that being the best thing ever. Um, oh, thinking about what to do. I could do text. I really could. I could also figure out the. Hmm. Screw it. I'll just do 255. There's the other one I changed. Because I'm pretty sure that's the length the file can be. Anyway, file name. Um. Alright. I forgot the copy. That works. Cool. Set that here too. What table is that? Alter table. Media. Oh. No, no, that's not what that's for. I was thinking this media thing was for like all of them, but I think I'm excluding profile pictures from that. And this is just for media that gets attached to like posts or messages. Um, because otherwise I'd have to go back to here where I'm editing the account info. Instead of just doing an execute, which is really easy, I'd have to start a whole transaction, which is a lot of boilerplate and error handling, and I'd rather not. So we'll just say this is only for stuff that gets attached to posts and messages. Um, Modify column, this one. Good. Now that should work. Gonna build just in case. It shouldn't change anything, but if it doesn't hurt, then you might as well. Um, alright. Crossing my fingers, and it works. And if I go over here, it should have made a file. That's loading very well in VS Code. Whatever. Uh, yeah, it's displaying fine. Um, I like how high res his face is. The dramatic lighting. And then if I go back here and select profile picture instead, there it is. Um, okay, that should like work. I just need to make this not look so ugly. I think I can do a margin auto or something. Pair grows the whole, and then if on account bio, I do margin bottom, set that to auto. Yeah, that pushes it up. And then if it becomes, I put that on element style, it's not good. But, okay, I might as well just change it over here. Bio. Um, Margin bottom, auto. And then I'm just gonna fill this. Yeah, it does this really cool thing where it like absolutely freaks out if you paste a bunch. If you paste it all, like for some reason it sends the cursor up there. I don't know why it's doing that. And control and okay, I think that's good enough. Yeah, that still looks fine with it filled. Then if I empty it, it also still looks fine. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm I'm gonna nuke that and then update accounts set profile picture equals null where username equals SCP. What do you mean it can't be set to null? I guess it can't. Default profile picture dot png. Yeah. Also, I made the default profile picture out of circles in Paint 3D because that's like a semicircle, it's a half circle, and this is a full circle. Usually, it's already kind of made out of circles, but the uh, this can be a bit more like rounded or something, and not quite a circle. See, I made sure it's full circles included with awful um you can see the pixels. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I didn't paint 3D. I don't know. Really upset they discontinued that uh I remember opening this up and I was like big banner across the top here. I was like November 30th or whatever. No more updates to this, and that made me really sad because I hate MS Paint. It just doesn't work as well. Um, but yeah, that's profiles done, kind of, for the most part. What do I want to do now? This logout button doesn't do anything. I could do that. Um, so to log out, easiest thing I guess would be a post. You make a post request to a URL, and then that would have to go into this logins table and get rid of the row associated with this session ID. Really, the session ID part should be unique. How would I modify that? Um, hmm. Eh, I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna, um, where am I adding this root? I guess here. Root logout. So context, terms of possible error, and then what would that look like? That's all caps. If you want any like music or anything, just put it in chat. I could probably uh load it up. Um, Probably code a bot for that. Whatever. Root log log out. Um, hmm, Go up here. Log out, and then I guess, yeah, I need to get the session ID. How have I been handling that? Because that can return an error. Do it like this. How have I been handling that? Like, sign up. Go back. In other places. Login, sign up, and account. Really? I guess. I mean, ideally, that won't even be something that gets returned. It's fine. Okay, with the session ID and DB execute delete from logins where session B equals that. Errors not equal to nil. Then c.logger error and return echo new HTTP error. To log out session. Why is that freaking out? And then here can do that. And then over in here, logout button. Is that mentioned at all? In edit, I guess. I guess it makes more sense to put it there because edit's requested if the conditions for edit are the same for the conditions for the logout button being there. Sure. Oh, because it gets hidden. Okay. So I should still be um getting it in here. Logout button, event listener, click. And then with a click, it will it'll do things such as blank in, make a request, wait, fetch, logout, method, post, no body. I just don't want it to be a get. Because then you could redirect people sneakily to the logout thing, and then they're just logged out against their will. That's not very nice. Because you can't redirect someone to a post URL. This redirects only redirect to gets. Are okay. If you log out, then should just window, or that's location, reload, yeah. Else, something like this. Actually, don't need these. Failed to log out. The hell was text? Oh, art, yeah. So I did need these. Um, right now, yeah, I failed to log out, so that tests it not working. And if I want it to work, I need to build and then rerun it. That logs me out. If I do that, this logs me back in. Cool. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take a bathroom break, as one does when they must pee. Okay. Alright. Did log out. I should commit. I haven't done that in a while. What am I looking at here? Add the SQL file first. Um, n increase media name length and doing this so that I have a timeline of all the different changes I've made. You know, very nice. So if I make a change and stuff stops working, I can be like, okay, it stopped working in like this point in time, like with this change. so I can go back one and then kind of get it back to when it was working and, see what went wrong, among other reasons. But yeah, version control. Um, hmm, right, I added this. I think I can just add everything else as one commit. I like doing it in here just to see the diff. Um, yeah, I can just do that as one message. Added profile editing. Um, I'll probably work on more settings later, like a background image or like colors or something. Right now, I just wanted the basics: a display name, a bio, and a profile picture. Alright, go over here. It's all up like this. Alright, next thing I wanted to do was add formatting to the bio. Wait, I think I forgot something. This, oh, it's not running. Yeah, test. Right, because this is two new lines in a row, one, two, and I needed to turn this into this. So if I save and then go back, nope. If I reload, why did it not do that? Here, if I get this value, replace two new lines with one new line. Okay, so why does that not work over here? Because I'm basically doing that. Strings, replace, bio, two new lines, one new line. And the -1 should mean if n is less than 0, there's no limit on the number of replacements. I should probably do this anyway. Be a bit nicer too. Um, okay. I mean, that's not gonna fix it. Hmm. See what that prints out. Nope. Need to build. Then we can run it. 13 in both cases, meaning it didn't do shit. Is this stupid? Okay. Yeah. Smart. So, where does this come into play? Oh, I didn't know that existed in the. I thought that would just exist in the scope here, but no, it's like it makes a mini scope around this, and then M exists for in here and this as well. That's interesting. I guess leave it to the people who made Go to use Go the best. Um, I don't know why things count. I'll count the number of new lines. And then do a similar thing here. And this is just me being silly because I've already seen it's going to be the exact same. Yeah. Why though? Because, like, when I. Now that should be 2 1. 0. So, is this just like some sort of. Is this like. Is this just like. Am I hallucinating that? Is it. No way. Is it doing a backslash r backslash n? I'm gonna be fuming if it is. Should be using replace all anyway. Jing. I'm gonna be really mad if this works. I forgot such a simple thing. Um, ooh, ooh, okay. So, in Windows, a new line is made up of two characters, right? Because they have basically backwards compatibility with typewriters. Really great. Um, so you have backslash R, which is basically like on a typewriter when you return the kind of the cursor, whatever you call it, to the beginning of the line, and then you have the backslash n, which moves the page up and moves it to a new line. So in Windows, it's two characters, but in Linux, it's just the backslash n, new line. It knows to, um, when it's making a new line, it knows, hey, start at the beginning of the line. Because why would you do anything else? But Windows and its crazy backwards compatibility. So yeah, I was checking for double new line, and I should have been not doing that, because what it actually looks like is this. But that's only for Windows. Mm, really great. Um, Now I want to check. Okay, those are the only new line characters. Um, all right. I can add that. X. Actually, let me make sure it works with three in a row. It's not running. Send it. Ooh, that's not good. I might need a. Hmm. Right. Because what would that look like? Two. So that's one. That's two. That's three. Right. I'm pretty sure this will work the exact same way here. Yeah, left two. So because there's three in a row, it's replacing these first two, and then it's like, then it just goes to the next one. Oh, there's only one. But then since it's replacing two with one, you're effectively just deleting this one, and then you're still left with this one because there's no other new line after it, so you're just left with two. Yeah, not good. Probably gonna need to do a custom quote unquote replace. Um, okay. Get a builder. Gonna loop through every character in the bio. Get rid of that. 4 I 0 I less than L I plus plus. Um, gonna have to check each and every single character. Really want to do a look ahead, so I'm just gonna rely on the builder growing itself. I'll at least grow it to half of L. In fact, I should probably be um doing this, and then if strings dot we can still I'm gonna add this back in. Should be replace all with, or not that, with blank. Get the length, count the number of new lines, and then if, or count the number of double new lines. If count greater than 0, we can do all this, right? Otherwise, just move on. Um, Actually, I don't need the count. Probably just do contains so that it ends early. If it contains a double new line, then the character for each character, if I am blanking, cannot think. Gonna need a last was new line false. So if C equals a new line character, last was new line. If last was new line, or if not, or if last, yeah, if last was new line, then continue. Just skip set last new line to true, and then we'll do builder dot write. Is this a byte or a rune? I think it's a byte. It's a byte. Write C. Um, that ends up doing is I need that's just new line equals false. So basically for each character it's gonna go through. If it's not a new line character, it'll just add it to the string builder, which is just kind of a list of letters, characters. Um, I'll add it to that, and if it is a new line character, um, if it's the first new line character and it's not like coming after another one, it'll set this to true, and then it'll still write it. If this is now true, if we're on to our second new line character in a row, indicated by this being true, um, right? So if it's like A, new line B, they'll do A, write it, they'll hit a new line, it'll set this to be true, and it'll do B, B is not a new line, it'll set it to be false, but if we have A, new line B, they'll do A, write it, B, um, tiny optimization there, B, now A, it'll write it, new line, it'll set this to true and write it. Another new line, this is true, so it'll do continue, and it'll skip the right byte part. So skip the second new line, and then it'll do B, which will go here, set to false, and then write B. So then you had A, new line B, and you end up with A, new line B. Very cool. And then once that's done, you can set bio back to builder.string. That's the final built string. Very nice. Should work. Um, so that's 2 in a row, that's 3 in a row. Edit, there we go. Now it doesn't matter how many lines. We'll still keep the trailing one. And, if I equals L minus 1. Actually, I should probably reverse the order of that, because that's the less expensive one, and that's more expensive. Um, okay. Now if we save, edit, still ends in a new line. Weird. Let me just make sure it's built. Why is that? I equals L minus 1. It should continue. Weird. I don't know why that's doing that. Sorry, L minus 1 is the last one. If it's a new line character, and this is the last character in the bio, then it should skip it. It's not doing that. No, because it doesn't contain a double new line. Else, I'll just do this. Um, Honestly, I should probably invert these. Oh, come on. Select. Go here. 'Cause this will potentially get rid of. Yeah. This gets rid of characters in a way that this doesn't have to work on as many characters. So you order it that way. Alright. Hmm. There we go. Now it's working. Add a new line, save it, go back and edit it. No more new line. And this way it works up top as well. I can add that. Dash M fix bio cleanup. Alright. Hmm. Probably do like what I'll start what I was planning on doing before that fix. So basically I want the ability to like um link like a Like, hmm, like for example, I can do that, and then I want it to like, oh yeah, this isn't running. I want it to take this text and turn it into like a fancy link that you can that isn't just text. So I need to come up with a way to do that. I want it to exist independent of the actual text in the bio. So I don't, whatever I'm doing, I don't want it to like take this as the bio and then be like, oh yeah, we'll just modify it. Like, I don't want that to be what goes on. And this shouldn't even, yeah. But like, I don't want it to take the raw bio and turn it into a fancy link. So, that'll all happen up in front end land. Probably do it in base. Um, okay. Make a function format text. I'll give it text. String. Also give it a destination. Basically, it's just something to append whatever elements it makes to. Um, alright. Get all the lines. Iterate over them. Um, and then I wanna check for. I'll have to do some regexes. Okay. Let's say, for example, links. Link. That's examples. Google.com. Right. Um, but if, um, what is it? V equals whatever. Yeah. Stuff like that. Beginning, end. That matches all of it. Um, non-capture group. Optional. And then What if we did that? Hmm, not quite. You know what? Instead of thinking so much, hmm, testing 1, 2, 3 HTTPS. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Um, I'm only doing HTTPS because I don't want it to make a link for insecure websites. I mean, really, you could just kind of leave it off and it would still work. Like, this shouldn't just. Oh, okay. Well, that does work. Um, yeah, I guess. Group 1, Group 0. Sick. Alright, regex solved. Actually, I'd probably leave these out. Oh god, I pressed Control S by habit. Um, there. I do. The thing I probably like. Oh, not the only thing I like about JavaScript, but like, because I don't really like JavaScript, but one of the things I do like is they have like a whole syntax for regexes. And Python like technically has it because you have R strings. Those are supposedly like four regexes, but it's kind of just dumb. This looks nice. Hmm. Okay, I need to check the line for matches. How do I do that? Okay, I wanna split by matches. Oh yeah, JavaScript is you can just put the regex in and it works. Pretty interesting. I don't really wanna I don't wanna just split. Like I need to do something with the things it matched with. Matched with, yeah. Um place matches. I guess really should probably find all the matches, get them, and then replace them. So that's part of it. No, not replace them. I have to split on them. Um, we'll just be splitting on. I'll end up having like a big pattern that's like a combination of like anything it could possibly have to replace. And I'll split on that. Um, I don't know. I've never done anything like this before, especially not in JavaScript. And I'd like to do it on my own. I don't want to. I kind of despise JavaScript frameworks because, like, I guess like early days with uh jQuery, it was fine because you couldn't really do anything with JavaScript because there weren't a lot of built-in things and it sucked. But nowadays, you can do a lot with just vanilla JavaScript. It's kind of silly to, in my opinion, to have like a need like a framework. I don't know. Plus, I'm doing this more to learn and use a framework just to get it done fast. So it wouldn't really make sense for me to use a framework. But back on topic. What am I trying to do? Maxall. JavaScript. String Maxall. URL. Dot. Or do I just? Okay, I can just iterate over it. Oh. Index. Hmm. Here. Plain text is this, and this will be. Hmm. I don't want to. I'm really thinking. Right. I get a 2D number array. So I'd like do this, and then plain text, push a slice of um row match index to row match, or no, I'd have to do format all. Um, Format all. I wouldn't split there. I don't think. Should return these in order so I can let current equals 0, push current, our slice is current to row match index, and then we set current to index plus the length. Alright. Now we have to figure out what this is. How do I do JavaScript regex named capture group? How do I do a named capture group? Okay, that's almost how it is in Python. Wait, but how would I distinguish? Hold on. I need to do a bit more poking around. Groups. What's that called? Expression exec array. Let me just look that up. So, okay. I just have to look through each and see which one gets a match. Might as well just think up the other one. So I want a URL, I want bold text. Um, I don't think I'm gonna have a format all. Because the way this is, um, huh, I'm thoroughly stumped. So I was thinking like, okay, I'd have one for bold text. That would be something like this, and then it'd be this, followed by, um, that, and then that. Right? That would be bold text, or I guess it'd be double. Right? It's like Discord, you got double asterisk, something, and then double asterisk. And then that's bold text. But, I have this current, and then if I were to just do this again, current is set to the end of, um, whatever this was at. So how do I know where to set it back? You know? Um, Here, let's think about it. If we have plain text, and then we have a URL, and then we have more plain text, and then we have bold text, and then we have more plain text, right? So current starts here. We set current, yeah. We find url.com, so we set current to here. So we have this slice, um, and then we skip to here. Ooh, yeah, I can't do them individually. Because imagine there's another one here. Then our next slice would be this. Really, this. The next slice of plain text would be that. Because regex URL doesn't know about regex bold. So it would think this is plain text. And it's not. So yeah, this isn't gonna work. Nope. Okay. Can I union them? What is GI? Global. No clue what I is. Oh, insensitive. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like totally combine them. And then I think it was this for a name. Or, and then I take this and bold and put that there. Right. Regex format all. Okay. And now the issue of the plain text is gone. That's pretty straightforward now. Now we need to differentiate between, like, we need to figure out, basically it's going through and it's like matching with, it's finding a match, and then the match is like, okay, it's URL or it's a or it's bold text, and now we need to figure out which. I think I'm just gonna do that and try logging it and see what it thinks is which. And then I'll also log that. Um, hmm. Go over here, load. Um, format text. Let's get some test text. Test 123. Google.com. 456. ES. HTV. Um, non-global. Oh no. Um, where was I? What is multi-line? No, I don't need that. Okay. Take two. Undefined. So, okay. Undefined bold. And then it's 0 to 9, 13 to 24, 28 to 53. It's saying slice 0 to 9. Yeah. 13 to 24. No, that's not right. Why is that wrong? What? URL match length. So it. So the index is at 9 for Google.com, and it said the length of the match was only 4. What? Am I stupid? Oh. Oh, that's right. I Okay, I was being a little silly. I don't know how much to increase it. Yeah, this length is the number of things it matched. Or something like that. I don't know how much to increase it until I figure out which one, right? If so now I know these are undefined. And I can do else if. Actually, I don't even need plain text. Um, I still need current. I just don't need um plain text. And oh, forgot parentheses. Um, yeah. So unknown match. What we can do here is take line and slice it from current to, since end is not inclusive, euro match index, and in each one of these fonts URL fonts bold. Probably do it like this. Actually grab them into variables. Um, and then in each one, I know current is going to be set to index plus URL length. And then here I use bold length. Um, we need this for need to create a span of plain text. Create an element for the line. Um, plain text, inner text is set to that, and then line element, peng child, plain text, and then over here, need to create a tag, uh, set that to that, or set that to that, that didn't really mean anything, set the link the a tag points to the URL that was matched, inner text to huh. What I remember from when I popped that into regex 101 is the full like HTTPS and domain name was in group 0, and then the path was in group 1. This matches like this. I think what I'll do. What is backslash B? Um, okay. Hmm. I'm gonna put this back and poke at it a bit more. It was already there. Oh, test.com slash whatever. Put a space there. Or put a space there. Um, so group 0 is basically it's not in a group. What I'm trying to do is get it in a group so I can match it. Not match it, but I can grab it. So I'm thinking I just do this. Now that's group 1, that's group 2. Good, good, very good. For that, let me set this to JavaScript and URL. Actually, that's right. I don't care about that. I'll set this to URL domain, and then this can be URL path. Yeah, sick. Um, and then that just goes there. Sorry, inside of the URL group, there's URL domain, and then there's URL path. So I should be able to, um, for now, I'm just going to grab the URL domain. Put it in there, and then we say line element dot child a. All right, and for this, const b document. What's the bold? Pretty sure it should be Inner text is um, and then line element, pink child B. Alrighty. And then at the end of this, if current is still 0, basically if it didn't match anything, then just set the, actually I'll still make a span. That'll simplify the logic too. So now I can just say last plain text, inner text is line, slice current to the end. Basically just get whatever's left after the last match of something special. If it didn't match anything special, it'll just be the whole thing. If it did, it'll just pick up where it left off. And then we say line element, pen, last plain text. And then in destination, I, I'll do that, but just for now, I'll have it just print out the line element. Alright, now that's ready. One line, 1, 2, 3, a link to Google, 4, 5, 6, a link to Twitch, this, ooh, um, I'm gonna need something to match the actual text. Old text. Right. So that means here, so I don't actually need to reuse this. I could just put that there. And then should also be a plus. Inner text is going to be this. We do bold text. Bold is not defined. Why not? Oh, I did need that again. Oops. Bold, length, cool. Try it again. There we go. And what happens if I do that? Yeah, cool. Okay, now I'll go here, test it out here. Um, Hmm. Base content. Call this document dot query selector main. Ooh. All right. Nice. That goes to localhost google.com. Hmm. Not very good. This goes to Twitch. Um. Here, I can check. I can check. If domain. It starts with domain. Then do something else. Just do that. Anything else can just be that. And here it'll be that. Okay. If I do this again, Google points to google.com. Good. Very good. Um, if I do multiple lines, nice. Okay, I'm gonna take a break because I'm kind of hungry. Not take a break. I'm gonna take a break from coding. I'm gonna end streaming. Yeah, before starting streaming, you think how exhausting could it be? They just talk. You don't have to just talk. You have to constantly talk at like a audible tone. Like if I just had to mumble for 3 hours, I could do that. I think most of the time I have been mumbling anyway. But, keeping your volume up takes a lot of brain power. And I know it's like, you check my time, it says 8 a.m. I've been up since like 9 p.m. So, I've already clocked in like 11 hours of awake time. Not exactly the biggest on energy right now. Um, but yeah, that was cool. Got a lot of progress done. Um, Not a hacker. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks for tuning in. I don't really know when I'll stream again. Could be tomorrow, could be a few weeks. But I'll just probably be doing more of this. Probably have made a bit of progress, but yeah. Okay. Bye bye.